Tomorrow.
Okay, sorry about that. Good evening, everybody. My name is Osa. Tonight it's Tuesday, and we're on Oldstream Farm, in Farm Sim 19. And we have a loud harvester to run. Nope, we have some sunflowers to harvest, which are up on the back field. I think we also have some corn. Let's have a look. So it's field 2 and 3, 4 and 3, 3 and 4, and 4 is corn. Okay, sunflowers have yet to grow. So, okay, we have corn to harvest. Let's get out there and do that thing. Oh, tractor's already out there. Oof. Now I've added the... Oops. Excuse me while I drive over a concrete wall. I've added the Cultivator Create Fields mod. So we will be able to fix Field 5. Okay. Might do right this minute is set that off on a worker, go and get the plough and fix that field. We'll run around the other edge of the field of the silos. Whoa, very bouncy world. Okay. Now I need to know where the plough is. I think that's up the front. Yep. Okay, again, we have to go out the top. And I think that is me. I have just gone live. Thank you for telling me. Hey, Hail Team, how you doing? Oh. Came up a little bit suddenly. Okay, so somewhere over here. Looks like over there. There's some grass in the field which is a problem. So, cultivator, allow create fields. That's allow create fields. And there we go, that's that field fixed. freeze that. So, there we go. Fixed that piece of annoyance on that field. Oh, what's the harvester doing? This is a rough edge to this field, I must admit. I still haven't put those pallets away. I should think about doing that. There we go. Harvester's fine, so carefully drive up here. There we go. I'll move along here a little ways. Okay, well, we don't have much in the way of vehicles to jump between. Okay, as soon as we get to the end, we'll take over. Stop rolling. This is not a great field, I will admit. Trim off the rest of that edge. Okay. Let's see how good I can do this. Is he playing on New Farmer, so he's got the farm, or did he start as a start from scratch, or what's it, farm manager? It's kind of a, I don't know, you've got a lot of fields to work, small equipment, but the fields are all small, so you seem like you get a lot done. And I like maps like this because you seem like you get a lot done, but you don't make a lot of money over time. So I mean, I reckon this load, we're up to 2,000 litres already. I'm going to guess we'll be lucky to get about 10,000 litres of corn out of this field all told. And with that, let's $8,000. Oh, start from scratch. That's going to be tough. And on this map, if I was going to start from scratch, I'd probably buy some grass fields and get a grass set up. Looks like we've got a turnaround at the bottom here, but only just. Very carefully roll back up this hill. Might go down a second time. So this is a very tight end. Probably a prime field for ploughing together with the sunflower field on the left. I noticed he was streaming earlier, but I was still working then. I believe he did Mercury Farm for about an hour, maybe less, and Old Stream for about an hour, maybe less. Come on. Back up. Okay, so that's at least got me a bit of space to turn around. So I'm not going to clobber any of my crops. Okay. I'm just going to cut straight across here. Line the knob on the steering wheel with the row of corn in front of us, at least approximately. Not sure how well I'm doing on this. Now he started on Maypole. I wasn't sure if he'd started a map on Mercury. I think there is going to need to be some shouting any minute now. Don't think that was a very straight cut. But we should be close to the end. Yay. Yeah, that was very not straight. because we can easily contain this width on the header. As we go down, we're now up to 4 rows, and I think it's probably about 5 towards the end. But we'll see how we do. Okay. Well, we managed that width. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stick that on a worker again. I will be back in a Okay, sorry about that. We'll turn him off. Oh, excuse me. Bad time of night to be shouting at kids who are supposed to be sleeping, but instead making more noise than they do when they play. Okay. Good grief, that took it out of my throat. Anyway. Yeah, I might take a moment to check out other streams tomorrow. See how he's getting on. Okay. I think we might empty this right now. Oh. This is a horrible slope. We're going to have to put the regular head back on. Go over there and get the oats in. That's going to make more hay, straw, even. Okay. Missed. Let's try that one again. again. This is where the tree becomes a problem. Not doing a good job of this. Kind of use a header probably 1 meter wider. Okay, we should have cleared the trees by now. The problem with the slope on this field is you have to keep moving your point of view, because you can't put the camera where you need it, maintain that field of view travelling both directions. I think it's the one gripe I have about camera angles on Farm Sim. Undulating fields, you end up with the camera sort of doing this in relation to your tractor. It's dead level with the plane of the map. But you know, I kind of want to see just over the front of the harvester so I can see where I'm going. Okay. Gonna take an angle off here, I think. Maybe. Oh, that's the back route down. Okay. Run around that way. Oh, come on, shush. There we go. I think we'd already established I only have a seeder, so we're not going to be planting any corn or sunflowers, at least for the near future. So we kind of need to save up at least a little bit of money. Can't afford any grass cutting equipment, although we do already have the loading wagon. So we really just need a single front mower. I didn't check to see if the tractor could cope with both, of course. But if the tractor can cope with loading wagon and front mower, I could plant this field as grass. It's kind of obnoxious as a trying to get the harvester around it. Okay. To demolish the sunflowers while we're at it. Okay. Anything, I think it was last year's sort of town or city fair. There was someone driving a very old, I think it might have been a Case tractor with a corn harvester on it, on the front of it. Which was quite impressive. That sort of thing would work quite well, I think. The problem with the in-game stuff is it's too it requires too much power. If I were to forage this, I think I need 250 horsepower. Our tractor's only 137. Oops. Bit of a wonder there. Like that. Because I was thinking... Stop. Stop. There we go. Let's try that one again. I was thinking... Where is it? Something like this. It's 150 horsepower. We don't have a tractor that can haul that at the moment, but that would make clearing off the corn a bit easier. Oh no, that sticks on the front of a forage harvester, and we just don't have one of those. The other thing I did look at was, I think it's under forestry. Could be under baling. It's probably under baling then. Is this thing, but that needs 200 horsepower. Definitely don't have anything for that. So I'm not planning to do any poplars for now, although that is a consideration. We missed a whole swath of that. Not good. And the other thing it would be nice to do, I think, would be possibly considering potatoes on Mercury, so I probably won't do potatoes on this farm, plus it takes a lot of extra equipment. I might do something like beets on this farm. So obviously the goal at the moment is to get ourselves an increased horsepower tractor. We're going to be looking at something in the 220 horsepower range. And in order to do that, we're going to need a fair amount of money. Now, we've managed 84,000. I can't remember what we started with. I know that there was a lot of messing around early on. We sold the two starting tractors. And bought the small Massey Ferguson. Which works everything we've got, it just doesn't work what I want to get. And good evening Jeremy, good evening Whitehawk, how you doing? So definitely a lot of room for expansion. And that's before we start buying fields. I may delay buying fields on this one. I mean, we got, what, 7 to start off with. I'd kind of like to get the grass field just to the south of the river by number 1, because that's just a small grass field on its own. It doesn't come with any extra land, so it's not an additional burden for production. Oh, come on, we can do it. And then outside of that, I think we're going to start. We're going to look at making money. Buying a second bigger tractor. Oh, now for those interested, I do have the Case IH. What's it? 7210 Pro mod, which comes with front loader, which apparently is what it did in real life. It just doesn't in Farm Sim 19, and it's one of the reasons I generally don't go with that. The Case 7210 Pro is because it doesn't support front loader. And when you only have one tractor, it's kind of useful to have a front loader. Oh, nearly missed that. There we go. Stop. Oh. Yes. Stop and go braking would be a really bad thing on this farm. Absolutely have to make sure that we end up stationary. Ugh. Because it has a tendency to roll away. Okay, that's not a lot of corn. Go. Once again, have to adjust the camera angle. I would tend to watch streamers and see where they're getting their mods. Typically, I've gone FS-UK, which is... what was on that? I think Maypole Farm was on FS-UK, and so was the Valtra set of tractors that I got, which is basically realistic factory option Valtras as opposed to Farm Sim made up tractors, Valtras. They have a lot more engine options, both smaller and larger, and they limit you to the Valtra factory paint schemes, which is kind of fun. Now, I think we could probably go straight out here. I would then watch the likes of Mr. CLP although I believe he's console. I can't remember. I watched Sealy P and Farmer Klein. One of them is console, so he's only getting them from the in-game mod hub. The other one is PC based, and he does. I think Klein is the PC guy, and so he does load. He does download mods from other mod sites, and I would tend to trust his judgment on where to get your mods from. But yes, there are some very dodgy websites which, yeah, every time I accidentally go to one, it sort of starts screaming at me that yeah, you need to now perform virus checks, or the firewall thinks this site is really dangerous and won't let you go there, and stuff like that. They said, oh yeah, that one, we're not going there. The other thing to do is watch for guys who I think Farmer Klein also checks out some of the YouTube guys. Sorry, not YouTube. Facebook guys. What am I doing here? I am